Hi, I'm David Wilton from Cymru. So today, Welsh Government have released a new net zero themed consultation called Heat Strategy for Wales. It's 96 pages long, and I've read it this evening, so you don't have to straight away. Before I continue though, I must say, really this is my first impression this evening. We've got 3 months or so to reply to this consultation, but I've been quite looking forward to this, and I wanted to give it a first read and give you my first thoughts. First thing to be clear on though is this proposed heat strategy, it's not just housing, it's all heating in industry, public buildings, business premises, things like that. It's a heating strategy for all of Wales. And why is that important? Really, the heating accounts for about 50% of total energy use in Wales. That's really significant, and therefore if we decarbonise heat, it's a real key measure of success in achieving Wales's pathway to net zero. And so this strategy recognises there's a number of challenges. Firstly, in Wales we have a significant number of properties off the gas grid. We also have a large owner-occupied households, many of them in lower to middle income households who may not have the necessary resources or knowledge needed to decarbonise their homes, and they're going to need support. And it's the same with small and medium businesses. It also acknowledges that I think we can't do it all alone in Wales. Urgent action is going to be needed from the UK government for the parts they're in control of, like reforming policy around the environmental levies applied to electricity pricing. We need that reform to make energy electric solutions much more efficient. However, over its 96 pages, the strategy recognises, yes, it's a big challenge, but a new heat strategy also delivers some real significant benefits to society in terms of things like fuel poverty, health, cleaner air and new jobs, and it really is quite exciting. So some of the things we liked when I was reading this, and based on where TPAS have been in the past, certainly the strategy has some real detail around the frameworks and leading by example. Good to see. It also recognises we need to change some legislation and guidance around subjects like heat pumps. In England, say, permitted development rights, I think they call it, are much more friendly for installing heat pumps than in Wales, and that needs to change. It also recognises that low carbon heat needs to be understood and supported by all heat users in all sectors. And as I was reading that bit, I thought Cymru could help with that. There's a lot of reference into heating networks as well. And I was reading it at the time thinking, Cymru, we need to do an event for this, for you, I think, because there's some really exciting pilots going on around heating networks. And I'd like to get you in on that discussion. Page 34 and 35, hydrogen, right. I was really pleased to see finally some clear statements that hydrogen will not play a part in home heating. I think we all agree we need green hydrogen to be used in difficult to decarbonise sectors. And I've been unclear in the past about Welsh Government's position on hydrogen housing, but I was pleased to see there was clear statements on its use and where it wouldn't be used. And on first read, I support the proposals. And there's also some good thinking about how we decarbonise commercial properties and the need to get tougher, I think, on commercial landlords regarding the energy efficiency of their commercial properties. And also, I think one of the final things I noted was that a heat pump revolution is needed. It's recognised in the strategy. Moving on to some of the things I think where we'd like to have seen maybe something's a bit clearer or stronger. I'd like to have seen a stronger commitment and plans on decarbonisation of the private rental sector. Okay, not all the levers are in Welsh Government control. We're relying on Westminster for some of this, but I'd like to see something stronger in the strategy around the private rental sector and raising standards there so that tenants who are struggling will really see the benefit. I think we also need some more innovation around sharing local surplus energy and sharing that sort of surplus solar power locally. I think Sero call it a socialised local energy or something. It's that energy redistribution. I say, it was only on first read, but maybe a little bit more there. Another moment I had to pause as well was on page 63. On this page, the strategy, it says, this strategy calls for the UK government to do, I think, 7 things. Some good stuff there. But what disappointed me was no mention really around the devolution of management of the Crown Estate. Offshore wind is generating some big money at the moment, and none of that benefits Wales directly. But it does in Scotland. And, our First Minister has made this positive statements about this in the past. Minister Julie James has also said in the past that it's wrong that I think it's devolved in Scotland but not in Wales. And, we're talking about some serious money around here. I saw a figure, part of my research, not in this strategy but elsewhere, talking about £500 million worth of offshore wind and tidal potential that could come under Wales control. But, however, many of the other our asks that they were asking the strategy across supply chain, communities, energy networks, were all good. So what haven't we covered? Around page 50 it starts talking about UK emission trading schemes and energy efficiency accelerators. Honestly, I started to get a bit lost. And you wonderful people living and working in housing, I don't think it's that vital. We understand that part. I think that's for somebody else to comment on. And I also wasn't clear on biomass in all this. It was page 58, there was a table, and I think it said that public sector renewable heat, nearly 90% of it was from biomass. I think we need a bit more detail on what's the plan for that. Is it renewable or not? That's a whole other debate. So let's just finish with some costs and benefits. The strategy estimated, I think, the total cost of decarbonising heat in Wales, I think across all the sectors, housing, industry, commercial, as I've said already, could be about £80 billion over a 30-year period. However, it also recognises the saving in healthcare, small businesses, money in your pocket, tenants' income and things like that. It was far higher. No one really knows in reality, but I think if we get this right then, and we can, this decarbonisation of heat could deliver real benefits to society, as well as addressing climate change, and this strategy for us is a very good start. So it was only my first reading of it. It was only released this afternoon. It's getting late now. It's taken a while to read it. But the consultation's open until, I think it's 8th of November. So you've got about 3 months. And you can read it, give your views. It's all on the Welsh Government website. But if you tenants, housing staff would like TVAS Cymru to run a discussion session, let us know. Talk to Hannah, talk to myself, put it in the comments below, and we'll arrange something. So I hope this has been of use to you.